minute to go. On behalf of the International Judo Federation, Judo Association of Mongolia, and all the sponsors, welcome on the final look on the first day of Chinggis Grand-Prix 2016 Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
Well, a very big welcome to Mongolia and to this 2016 Ulaanbaatar Judo Grand-Prix. This vast, rugged country with its unique history has seen little change in centuries and has an untouched way of life that is quite unique. Almost half of Mongolia's population live in the capital city, Ulaanbaatar, and it's here that the 2016 Judo Grand-Prix takes place. Many of the Mongolia's top stars are here to battle it out for Olympic preparation, but being the host country, they can put their youngsters in for valuable competition experience. I'd like to welcome Sheldon Franco Rux into the commentary position with me. We're working together at last, Sheldon, again. Sheldon, welcome.
Thanks very much, Neil. I'm absolutely delighted to be sitting next to you. Don't worry about the graphic on the screen at the beginning there. That was for an upcoming contest. We've got the 48 kilo category bronze medal match to kick off this afternoon. And it's Maria Gunter of Russia who will be up first. She faces the Mongolian Batamir Kulek.
Well, normally I say about their world ranking and things like that, but the thing about this whole event here in Ulaanbaatar is that we've got a lot of youngsters and a lot of new people being given the opportunity for competition experience. So two new ones here. Gyunta of Russia, haven't seen her before. She's wearing white. Saw her in a repechage match though. She looked pretty impressive. Looking for the Newaza. This Russian women's team, every one of them favours the transition into Newaza, and I think that's because of Patrick Roux and Jean-Pierre Gilbert, who are now resident there. They are the team coaches for the women's team. They've really made a difference, Sheldon, and you can see it. They hunt for the Newaza. They hunt for the groundwork. And
I think we're going to see that throughout this, especially in the women. There are quite a few there who have got, prowess in the Newaza. And you were saying earlier on that it's nice to see, so we're going to have a good look at it.
Yeah, well, she's just hanging on there. She's just trying to drag her down. Batamir doesn't want any of it.
Well, the two Russians in this weight category, there are three actually, who all specialise in Newaza. Natalia Kondratieva, one of them, Irina Dolgova, who's going to the Games for Russia, and then the other, the third Russian, Alessia Kuznetsova, who picked up an injury during the qualification period and had to drop out.
She dropped down the world rankings, didn't she? She really did.
Well, that injury did for her, unfortunately. No score yet. 2.5 minutes left to go.
Some good drops in Aggies by Batamir. She'll have to be careful down here though, because this is what Gyunta wants. She's got a Sangaku, she's got a way into the Juji from it as well. 4-minute contests for the ladies, 5-minute for the men. I said earlier that there's not many penalties here because everybody's going for it. She's gone down there, the Russian. Is that going to be a score? Was it a change of direction? I thought so. A Yuko scored. Batamir of Mongolia goes ahead. Good change of direction there, but I said she'll have to be careful with Cromwell.
Well, you see it in the replay. They felt that there was just enough. Yeah, there was enough in the turn there.
Beautiful change of direction, wasn't it? It really was.
She felt that strong block from the Russian and then turned it to her advantage.
The nice Chinggis attempts there. You've got to get full rotation with the shoulder throws, anything that drops on the knees, anything that side sacrifices. You've got to get full rotation. Otherwise you can get penalties. We haven't seen a penalty up here yet. That's a good thing, isn't it? But it'll be indicated by a little yellow flag in some of the matches, I'm sure.
The only person likely to get penalised is the Mongolian coach at the moment. She's a little bit vociferous and she's been asked to tone it down a little bit and just coach during the mate.
What, get a Hon Sokamaki, is that what you mean?
Off you go, pal.
Coming up to the last minute. Still attacking Batamir. She's the one that's down. Normally the last minute, this is where we see them start to backtrack, start to defend. But you don't see it very often from the Mongolians.
That one drop of the head there, it just showed me that she's burning out now.
Yeah, she's going to get a Shido for that. She just dropped onto her knees. I think because of the pressure from the Russian.
She just moved Guntia there with that effort. So that would have come up as a force attack. And now Guntia is slow to her feet here. This has been a physically taxing contest on both of them.
Yeah, well, this young lady here, she's just not giving up. She's going forwards all the time.
The question now is whether Guntia has got enough to come back. There's a little over half a minute. Batamir hasn't looked under any real pressure. I don't think Gunter's got it in her.
I don't think so either. I think the time's going to go away. 2 more penalties can go up there, but that score will still overrule the penalties.
Every second now really important to Batamir.
Crowd absolutely know their judo. This is a very well-educated crowd to judo, and of course one of the most popular sports in Mongolia since their Olympic title, of course. Wow, that was close, wasn't it? Almost. Oh, Chigari there. Time's gone though. First medal up there for Mongolia.
That's what it means to Batamir. Tears immediately. She gave the finger wagging, saying, hey, you know, that's me, but it was more about relief about winning. And that was a good effort from Gunter, Marina Gunter.
First time I've seen her, and
same here. She's got to be the number 5 or 6 Russian in that weight category, and yet came up with a, you know, that's all right. We're looking at different levels and everything. That's a good performance from her. From what we saw judo-wise, she looked compact. She looked neat. She didn't look floppy. It looked like a tidy judoka. There's some highlights.
Well, this is the change of direction, and Chinggis just changes it from a forward direction to the back. Momentum as played a part, took her onto a side. So the side, your top part of your torso has to hit the ground, not the legs. It's not about the legs. And she gets the Yuko that wins the match.
We've got a second bronze medal contest coming up now, and this features Morizaki Yurie of Japan. She faces Magsajav Dolgojav of Mongolia. It'll be Morizaki in the white judogi and Magsajav in blue.
Well, we've got quite a few new Japanese as well in the mix here, and you almost guarantee that they're going to be in there fighting for medals. We had a brand new lot sent out to where were we last week?
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Where are we now and where were we last week? We were in Budapest last week.
We were in Budapest last week, brand new lot. And I remember you saying then that we're going to have a hatful of medals here from the Japanese, and every one of these here is contesting for medals as well. So such is the depth. Morizaki in white, Magzajev in blue. Talk about transition as well. Have a look at the transition from the Japanese. They have good ashiwaza as well, good feet. In order to upset balance, there's an ouchi to open it up.
Well, I forgot to mention that was a really nice ouchi effort from Gunter right at the end there. Almost had a...
Yeah, it did. Well, the feet's so important, aren't they, to change stance, upset, get direction, and more than anything to set them up, to set your opponent up for the big techniques. Of course, the main aim is to score Ippon. 4 different ways to score Ippon. Throw them on their back with force, hold them down for 20 seconds, or arm lock or strangle for a submission.
All of which I've experienced.
Yeah, haven't we all? Another good ouchigari there from Morizaki. I think he's going to score with that. I looked after you.
It's not well enough. Magzajev has picked up a single Shido. I think you're right, they are having a look at it. Oh, it's maybe a little nick on the...
This is something interesting because we had a Russian, didn't we, that was off twice with a bleeding nose. They couldn't stop the bleeding. And then he was off a third time. So I asked the doctor exactly what the rule was, whether it had changed. And normally, if it's the third time, if it's bleeding from the same part, from the same position, then it's third time and out. But if you're bleeding from a different cut or a different place,
go as many times as you like.
You can go as many times as you like, yeah.
So presumably it was his left nostril the first time round and his right nostril the
must have been.
second time.
This is what started this. Look at that clash there. It was head plant, a little bit of a headbutt there. Drop Seoinage from the Japanese, and well, the nose hit the ground first. Here they go again. They're off. All systems go again.
Dodge, Surin, Sumiya and Munkbata Bundma.
Up into the crowd, weren't they?
Up in the crowd, yeah. Sporting a really nice looking Mongolian shirt with embroidery on.
Have a word, see if you can get it. You do so well for your shirts.
So, unattractive sight with Magzajev having to put that cotton wool there to stop the bleeding, but she's back underway now.
I think Morizaki is going to catch that Seoinage. She keeps setting her up, trying to get the line in. She's using the ouchi to do it, and I think that just a slight adjustment. Ooh, saying that, she's in for the juji here.
Just wants to get that left leg over to control the head.
Magzajev attacking in Newaza here, but the leg's too good from Morizaki. She'll have to be careful. One more readjustment with the hips for that she's using the ouchi to set up the direction in for the Seoinage. Still no score from a throw. 2 penalties on the board, though, to the Mongolian. Shimiwaza's on. That looks to me as if that's on.
Well, it's definitely it's in the right position, but She had the right hand holding on to the lapel and the left hand inside the hands of Morizaki, so that made it difficult for her to, the Japanese, to really apply pressure there. She got both hands in.
There's the Seoinage! Oh, beautiful Seoinage. Well, did she get a score? She got a Wazari score for it. That was, finding the line. And she really clicked in there, didn't she? She found the line.
Well, she'd been threatening with that for a while. Her last effort, she left the feet behind. The shoulder went in there. She got the shoulders in, but this time...
So it's all over. The hold down. It was Wazari. I didn't think... we didn't realise it, did it? She was holding it down, actually. And 15 seconds she had to hold for the other Wazari. There was the Seoinage. Zaria was at Japan, and Morizaki wins the second bronze.
I'd mentioned the possibility of Morizaki upsetting the apple cart by either beating Galbadrak or Munkbat. Didn't turn out that way. However, she does come away with a bronze medal, and here are some highlights from this contest.
Well, that was the line in. That's what we're talking about, finding the way in between the legs there, because if you've got one leg forward or back, sometimes it makes it difficult. Great Wazari. It was a total and absolute overthrow, but it warranted the Wazari, the way she landed, and also the force in which she landed.
Can't believe that Magsajav came up smiling after that.
Well, no, I mean, she did one before, didn't she? That was the head plant, which got the blood flowing. But Morizaki, in the end, then finishes it off with a hold down for Wazeti Ippon.
Right, well, this is what they've been waiting for, the final of the under 48 kilo category. Munkbat Urantsetsig of Mongolia faces Odgonsetsig Galbadrak of Kazakhstan. It'll be Munkbat in the white judogi, Galbadrak in blue, and here's Neil Adams.
Well, 5 times they fought. Galbadrak now ahead in their head-to-heads. Don't forget that is a head-to-head in major tournaments. So how many times they fought domestically, I don't know. But anyway, it's 3-2 to Galbadrak. The world number 1, Munkbat, out she comes. She's had an easy day of it. She really has. And she's fighting the number 6, Galbadrak.
Yeah,
quick prediction. Come on, then.
Oh, no, don't do that. A quick one, Galbadrak.
I think so, too. I think she's got a psychological advantage. But Munkbat has such terrific transition from standing down to ground. Munkbat in white.
Munkbat has got the pride on her back, you know, that's a big weight to carry. There's the expectation from the crowd that this is going to be a top draw fight because they know both the fighters well, but the crowd wants Munkbat to win this.
I think so, and the reason being Galbadrak now representing Kazakhstan. So a Shido each, both of them, just for patting off. There's nothing positive about the grip fighting that they're doing. They're just trying to prevent the other one from gripping up. And you've actually got to go out, get your grip and attack off it. So left against right, Galbadrak left. Ooh, that was a close one, wasn't it? Munkbat there, drops down for the Sumigaeshi.
Really looking to take Galbadrak off to that right side. Just a little bit of a wobble there from Galbadrak, but it didn't come off.
Well, I think it's up to Galbadrak now. She is just a little bit behind the pace. I think she's going to have to pick it up. Well, this is the sharpest that I've seen Munkbat for a little bit. She looks sharp and gets Galbadrak the second penalty. That's something else you see, Sheldon. If you notice there, she rubbed Oh, look at that. Sumigaeshi. And
Ooh,
she's
on the arm as well.
She's on the arm. Can she get it? Gets the Yuko. And Galbadrak is pushing that leg away. She's trying to push it away there, trying to stop the turn. If she rolls over, she's going to be in trouble.
It's a strong arm keeping that leg down.
Well,
yeah, she's got the little habit of wiping the right foot against her calf.
Well, sometimes I think it's because sometimes the vinyl on the mats can be quite slippy. And that's one of the reasons they do it. Yeah, it is, yeah.
2 Shidos picked up by Galbadrak, but it's the single Yuko on the board for Munkbat. That gives her the lead. Tomonagi wasn't going anywhere, was it?
Nowhere at all. Got to break the balance. If you don't break balance, then you can get penalised for it. Referee giving the benefit of the doubt there.
There's a confidence about Munkbat at the moment.
Yeah, she looks different in this match than the last one I saw her in. She really looks to me as if she knows. Yeah, she looks to me as if she knows she's going to win it. Galbadrak never got into this match. She hasn't even attacked. There's not a proper attack that I've seen her do. She's not even got into the match. So being out-attacked and outplayed, actually, by Munkbat, the world number 1.
She's stamped her authority all over this contest so far, and one of the reasons she's done that, she hasn't allowed Galbadrak the opportunities to develop good gripping positions from which she can attack. She's attacked her really, really quickly and made sure that she stayed ahead. And they haven't been the strongest of attacks, but there have been plenty of them.
Just beating her to the attack every time, of course, yeah. Third penalty goes up to Galbadrak. Like I say, she's just been outplayed and outmaneuvered. And for this match, it looks like Galbadrak is the junior of the two. Looks like the world number 1 and the world number 6 fighting, but it wasn't like that the last time. Just shows how a match can just change the pace.
What Galbadrak needed was a score. She needed an early score to force Munkbat to fight in a different way. Munkbat's like a boxer at the moment, just dancing around, picking off a few jabs here. She's had a couple of good hits, taken the lead, and now it's just going to be
absolutely. She's playing this perfectly, isn't she? Absolutely perfectly.
And that last touch there, when he called Mate, and you just saw her hold her in the back there, suggests to me that there's still a good deal of respect for her opponent. It's not about, I'm going to stuff you and show everybody.
No, I think it's going to show as well at the end. 16 seconds to go, and we'll see where it ends up. Two penalties up for Munkbat. She's in defensive mode, saying that she's just doing enough to break balance with some of those Sumigaeshis there. And here she comes forward now, Galbadrak. Possible third penalty going to go up for Munkbat. Maybe. Is the referee going to do it?
It could be because of the state of the contest. That was no worse than some of the others, which she got away with. But it's the state of the contest that suggests to the referee that she's not really interested in attempting a throw. She just threw that one in. The 3 penalties apiece, you can leave those out. It's the Yuko that score. And a little tap on the back there. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, 3 each now, I think. Yeah, but I mean, great match for her to win, Sheldon, because that means now she goes to the Olympic Games as the winner the last time. And I mean, that could have been the Olympic final, it could have been the Olympic semi-final. She knows that was a very important match for her to win. Psychological advantage that gives her going into the Olympic Games.
And a nice wave to the crowd as well. He gave her a good reception, and they gave Galbadrak a nice round of applause as well. More than just a polite round of applause. It was a good cheer for her as well.
There was the Sumigaeshi there that scored over the top. Did it a lot all the way through the contest. kind of broke balance for most of the time, but that one actually scored, took her over onto her side.
Good defence there from Galbadrak, managing to get the right arm inside the elbow, the right arm inside the thigh, and then the left hand to push down on her opponent's left leg, so both legs were trapped. She wanted to turn her over from here. Galbadrak was lucky to get that right arm in. Made it difficult for Munkbat to come up with the turnover, and it's once that turnover comes that you're in a really strong position.
Well, I'm sure she's had enough groundwork experience with her to know that she was in danger.
Right, I think we've got the under 60 kilo category coming up now.
Yeah, it's going to go like that all the way through. Ladies, men, ladies, men.
And the two fighters and the white judogi, first of all. Dagvadorj Bayamagna of Mongolia faces teammate Ganbatar Batolga. It'll be Dagvadorj in white, Ganbatar in blue.
Yeah, I said that a lot of the juniors in here, 60 kilos, 66 kilos. Ganbatar, he's World Championship third place in the juniors 2014 and first place in the Asian Open Taipei City tournament. Third place in European Open in Prague. So he got a bit
earlier this year.
Yeah, that was a good international experience for him. Probably the favourite here, but Dagvadorj, he's the only one well ranked actually at 84.
Well, you mentioned earlier on that the possibility that this has the flavour of a Mongolian Championships, or no doubt they've had a head-to-head, or several, this pair.
We're going right and left, Ganbatar. We've had one left and one right attack. Big advantage if you can throw both sides or at least attack both flanks. Ooh, we might be in trouble here. Ganbatar just managing to turn out of that.
Who was it that we saw Dagvadorj against earlier on? He looked quite good. The Chinese. He then lost out in the quarter-final to Dashtava Amatufshin. No shame in that. And then he beat the Azeri.
Beat Almadov, didn't he,
Yeah.
for the honour of fighting for a third place. So right against left here. Dagvadorj is left-handed. That's going to be a score. Good score there from Dagvadorj. And he's almost caught him twice now in this situation here for Newaza. Ganbatar has got to get out of there. Offside Komi called.
It's quick. I don't think he really had control of him there. And then he was out of it pretty quickly. So no harm done.
Well, I was talking about the importance to these fighters here, that even though they're fighting each other, that if they do well here, then they might get selected for an international tournament. And I'm sure that that's what Dagvadorj is doing here. Yuko up, well, Wazari up, sorry, with that counter-attack.
Yeah, maybe he's had a look at Ganbatar's record and thought he fancies some of that himself.
Exactly.
Why can't I go to Prague? You know?
Well, such is their depth, isn't it? You know, they have one or two cadets in this tournament as well. Junior world medalists in cadet tournaments.
Strong grip over the back here from Ganbatar. Dagvadorj has managed to fight that off. He blocks that modified Kataguruma attempt as well from Ganbatar. Little over 2 minutes left to go. Dagvadorj leads by Wazari. always a big talking point for the locals because they like and enjoy judo so much. We'll come and see their local heroes. They put out two full teams, the Mongolians. Have 4 in every weight category. Done a good job. It's a shame that they haven't had the kind of support from some other nations and some that are reasonably close by. If you could have done with a few more bodies here just to pad it out a little bit, give them an extra fight. You know?
Always a problem, isn't it? Coming up to the Olympics, we had the same last time.
Yeah.
He's on the arm here. Dagvadoj has the arm out. Can he get the pressure onto the arm? He's pulling like mad, Ulaanbaatar. Pressure goes onto the arm when it's straighter. Gets a submission. It's all over. But he manages just to pull it in. Yeah, just that last little
slip
bit
you
there.
saw. Start them early.
Well, the supporters up there.
Yeah, he's getting a taste of it, get a feel for it. Grew up around the tatami or in a competition venue. Be his turn soon.
Well, like you say, a lot of people up in the watching this, and a well-educated audience. We've said that. So both of them get a Shido for not attacking. Can't understand that. Ulaanbaatar's got to go forwards now. Got nothing to lose.
Oh, that was nice. Just caught him to the rear there. Kosodogari, maybe. Have to see how he worked that with the leg. It's not so much where you put the foot, it's what you do with it.
Well, saying that you use it to upset balance, sometimes as a major technique as well, but a lot of it is to upset balance or to change the direction and the body positioning of your partner, because you can't always find the way into attack. Not for the big ones, anyway. And especially if you've got to turn your back to your opponent.
This one has gotten away from Ulaanbaatar. Dagvadoj Bayamagnai is going to do what Neil was talking about and stake a claim for some international duty by taking the bronze medal in the under 60 kilo category. We've got 2 bronze medals on offer, and Dagvadoj takes the first one.
Well, we're going to see a hat full of medals from the Mongolians. We know that.
They took all 4 medals here last year in the under 60 kilo category. It didn't quite work out for them this time round because they had this head-to-head. Perfectly possible that if the draw had been different and one of these had gone down into the second bronze medal contest, we'd have been seeing 4 Mongolians on the podium again.
Well, like you said, Sheldon, they've put 4 people out in every weight category, but how many have they left out?
Well, definitely the number 1 pick for the game, Sendocher. He was left out. Ganbat Bolbatar, probably the number 2, he got left out as well. So at least 2, because they put 4 in. You can be assured then that those are 3, 4, 5 and 6.
Fantastic.
They're still meddling here. Yeah, really good quality fighters.
This is the turnover. Look at the hand-assisted push there, and good kumakata there, good gripping from him, and he takes him onto his back. Because it rolled, didn't warrant the ippon, but he got a wazari for it.
Well, we've got the second of the bronze medal contests coming up now. Davud Mamadorsoy of Azerbaijan faces Albert Mongush of Russia. It's Mamadzoy, beg your pardon, Davud Mamadzoy in the white judogi and Mongush in blue.
Yeah, I was impressed with the Azir. Mamadzoy looked good in his match against the Russian. Beat Benashev quite convincingly.
Marius Yeverian of Romania is the referee in the middle for this one. Let's a look at Mamadzoi. I've seen Mongush before, a couple of times, and he's a tidy fighter without being, explosive or particularly dangerous. Let's see how he comes up against Azeri now.
Well, I think Mamadzoi just a little bit too strong for him, but we'll see. Very rangy. That's the first thing that I saw. Just very tall. He'll try and get that arm over the top there, Mamadzoi. There it is. Now what's going to happen? He's got to attack straight away. Has to attack straight away. Any kind of cross grip. As soon as it lands, got to attack. Can't even set it up for an attack with a cross grip. You have to attack immediately. When he lost
the opportunity attacking on the right and he was coming down, Mongush, he couldn't come up with the left. I mean, that's something that we've seen Mongolians and one of the French fighters do, David Laros, be able to finish on the right side. Your opponent's going to the wrist. When he comes down, he can't attack the other leg. That wasn't an opportunity there, but he's been able to change and come down maybe with that Koso Togaki.
Yeah, I get a feeling that one of them's going to go here. They're both of them hooking up and both want to do their own kind of sacrifice. Mamadzoi wants that arm over the top. Mongush wants to take the arm underneath, so they're perfect for each other.
Ooh.
Good Yuko. Sumigeshi there, takes him cleanly onto his side. Saw it quite clearly there. Top half landed onto the tatami.
Well, Neil said he had the feeling that Mamadzoi had the edge over Mongush, and it's the physical presence at the moment for me that's doing it. Mongush not able to threaten in this first, opening 2 minutes, either with powerful grips or the possibility of catching him with a throwing technique. Neil.
Well, that could be another Yuko there. I thought it was a Yuko.
Yeah,
but
you're right. It was. They had just put it on the board.
Well, he did an Utsuri Gosh there and just switched it, took Mongush over. And as soon as he landed, it wasn't a very hard landing, but still warranted a score. Now he's on the arm. Mongush is onto the arm here, and Mamadzoi has to be careful. This could possibly be it. Look at him, fighting like mad now.
That arm's out.
That arm's out. He's going to get it.
Just a matter of time now, just as he turns the joint the right way.
Wow, the Russian now really trying to apply that. Can he hold it off now? Mamadzoi holding off, trying to turn that arm every which way to release the pressure on the elbow. It still might go on here, Sheldon, because he's turned into a different position, but that arm is out straight. Ha ha ha. Wow. Talk about breathe again.
The key now for Mongush is to get back on that arm as quickly as possible.
That was the second score, Yuko, where he lands on his side. And then he was in all sorts of trouble there, Mamadzoi.
Mamadzoi's just told the referee, I need a minute, mate.
Yeah, just if you wouldn't mind, and a little bit of sticky tape to...
Put my arm back together.
Yeah. Still 2 minutes to go here, holding on to a 2 Yuko advantage.
Nice Ojigari, good score, really lovely. He swept the floor with his foot there, didn't he?
It was beautiful, it was. And he rolled him cleanly onto his back, though, so it warrants a Wazari. And all of a sudden now, this whole match has changed, hasn't it?
He stayed with him, didn't he? Bringing his man down. Mamadzoi, who looked in such control before they went into that last exchange, from which he successfully defended the attempt on the arm. He got back up and then almost immediately was put down for Wazari.
Well, that was close again. Sumagaeshi. What an exciting match this is. It really is all action. And one of the reasons is that they're both going for it. And he's definitely crawling out the area there.
Sorry.
Tell me that's not a Shido.
I'd have let him go. And then I'd have looked at the referee and said, this must be a Shido.
Well, I still think they should give it now. And normally the referee would. I mean, he quite clearly there crawled out of the area. Well, he's definitely struggling here, isn't he, Mamazoy?
Yeah. And with the amount of time left on the clock, Mongosh, who looks in really good physical condition, should, just throw everything at this now. Finish it off. Because Mamazoy could still come back. Mongosh leads by Wazari. 2 scores on the board for Mamazoy, but he's beginning to look as though he's draining quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely gone, hasn't it? Mamazoy struggling conditioning-wise. Mongosh starting to come into his own. That could be another penalty. You've got to be careful of that. I think Mamazoy should have had a penalty for crawling out the area.
Well, it's Mongosh who picks up that penalty for the false attack that Neil referred to. The more that he moves this area, the better for Mongosh, I think. You don't want to be standing still here.
Well, you can see that he quite clearly wants that. Well, that's going to be a score. Wazari scored. Wow. I was going to say that he quite clearly, wants to get round the back of his opponent, and he forces Mongosh onto his back there, literally drives him.
We'll let you know when it's Ippon, pal, don't worry.
Yeah, I love these people that want to referee their own match.
I know why he wants Ippon. You can see. I've got both hands on his knees.
With 31 seconds left. Oh! Come on. There's a Yuko.
Later,
One of the Yuko's back. He's still a Yuko behind. Oh, what a match. 22 seconds. Can he do it?
Just the landing that was missing there.
Now's the time.
No, but not with that Satemi Waza. If you're leading, you can throw the Satemi Waza in. If you're trailing, it's too big a risk. 40 seconds, that's what I normally say. If you last 40 seconds, no Satemi Waza if you're trailing. 7 seconds isn't enough, I'm afraid.
Well, now he's running now, Mamazoy. Wow, what a match.
Good contest.
Yeah, really good contest that was. Credit to them. They both were attacking like crazy. Look at the scoreline there. Wazari each. 2 Yukos to Mamazoy. Mongosh has a Yuko too.
3 scores to 2.
Big scores as well.
Yeah. That last one from Mongosh, it was just, he lacked control because he was falling away from the technique that he had initiated, and in falling away, he didn't have sufficient enough control to bring Mamazoy down onto part of his back. That would have been Wazari Alizeti upon it. It's a good contest.
I agree. It was definitely, well, the last minute he was really struggling, wasn't he? Sucking dust off the rafters, you could say.
Still holding on to that arm, though. That was as close as Mongosh came to winning, really. He should have been able to secure the submission from that position, because the arm was out for a long time, and he just couldn't get it against the elbow joint.
There's the Tsurigoshi. Has a little switch of hips in there. We're going to see a Sumigaeshi. No, we're going to see the counter attack now for a Wazari. Look at that. And he just flipped him onto his back. You don't see it. It's not part of the Gokyo. I'm sure it's not.
No.
The Aziri Gokyo. credit to him, though. He just he kept at it all the time. Well, my prediction is Mongolian gold medal here. Next one out.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how good you are at predicting.
No, I feel really confident with it.
I might have a bet on that. Mamadzoe celebrates his bronze medal win in the under 60 kilo category. The next colour medal to go up for grabs is the gold medal. We come to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Dashdavar Amatuvshin of Mongolia faces Nasanjagul Sirod of Mongolia. Teammates, they go head to head. Dashdavar in the white judogi, Nasanjagul in blue. And here is Neil Adams.
Dashdavar, the most experienced, world ranked 5, one of the ones that wanted to do a match. He wanted it, so they gave it him. Not everyone of the top Mongolian Olympic team are here. Quite a few left out, but they put their juniors in, and Nasanjagul is one of those. Certainly junior to Dashdavar anyway, but no world ranking Nasanjagul. He's in blue and Dashdavar is in white.
Well, Nasanjagul is about to change all that because he'll get ranking points after this. How many? We don't know, but Dashdavar hopes that it's the ranking points that you get for coming second.
Wears a beautiful Uchimata Dashdavar when he gets the line. Interesting that a lot of the Mongolians opt for the under the armpit grip round the back, but they can do traditional gripping as well and throw traditionally. So they can do Japanese style Uchimatas, Seonagis, and they can also do their own wrestling style. Great combination. Well, so far, Nasanjagul has been the one initiating the techniques.
Now, if he's really clever here, he'll get in quickly before Dashdavar throws in a Satemiwaza attempt. That's normally Dashdavar's go-to technique when he just wants to keep up the rate of attacks. Nasanjagul should put one in here.
Oh, Chico Soto, what a combination. Beautiful.
And there's just a moment there where Nasanjagul looked as though he could turn it.
Yeah, right Uchi, left Kosoto. He's got to make sure that he goes in first, Dashdavar. Oh, that was close. Every one of them, Sheldon, they have a knack of just turning something against the opponent, you know. So if you don't go in fully charged and absolutely driving in the direction, they'll turn you.
Dashdavar looked as though he was going there. Nasanjagul just couldn't finish off. At this point, he wants to go left or right, but not back, Nasanjagul.
Yeah.
There he goes again.
Oh, somebody's going to go! It's all over! Kosoto! He just wanted that opportunity, and he knew it was going to happen as well. Look at that. Is no doubt from Dashdavar that he was going to win that. Well, as soon as they were hooked up then, Sheldon, one of them was going to go. It was always going to be Nasanjagul, I think.
Well, the nice thing there was they both had opportunities to bring off a big scoring technique. Dashdavar just happened to be the one that went for it first, and for him it was successful. There's a big smile on Nasanjagul's face, but it's Dashdavar who comes away with the gold medal.
This is gold medal number 4 for Dastava Mongolia. Grand Prix tournaments. Congratulations.
Big right arm over. This is what started it off. Look, he has the belt there. And actually, both of his hands in the end were underneath the armpits. And they were both looking for the same technique, but he definitely had the right purchase. Hips came in. Look how he just drops his hips. And then he changes direction, gets the rotation to put him onto his back.
Well, I think the women in the under 48 kilo category are lined up now for that medal ceremony. We'll see that before we get underway with any more action.
Dear spectators, the first medal awarding ceremony for women under 48 kilograms. The medals are presented by Assistant Director of the IGF, Judo for Peace.
Yeah, it's first medal ceremony of this evening. Finals will be followed by the medals.
Right, the bronze medals go to Morizaki Yuria of Japan and to Batamir Kolu of Mongolia. Dr. Pagvabira, member of the Judo for Peace Commission, is presenting the medals. Silver medal goes to Galbadrak Odgontsetsig of Kazakhstan. The gold medal goes to Mungbat Urantsetsig of Mongolia. You called it.
Yeah, that was a brilliant performance from her, it really was. She's got to be one of the favourites for the Olympic gold medal. I have to say that, certainly on that kind of performance as well. She looks so cool, calm and collected, and she looks the whole package, she really does. Tactically very astute, very aware. She was on top the whole match, never let Galbadrak into the match at all. First into the attack. That was the Sumigaeshi score that sealed it. And look at her condition, look. Not even breathing heavy.
Well, she's in a lot better condition now than she was in London 4 years ago. Was so weak, having made the 48 kilo category, that she could hardly stand up, and that did for her, but she's got her weight under control now and looking good doing it. Here's the national anthem of Mongolia. Well, it's the first time that we've heard the anthem today, but it won't be the last.
I don't think so. It's going to be a hatful, I think, for the Mongolian team. Confirmation then. Kalu Batamir of Mongolia, Yuri Morizaki of Japan get the bronzes. Silver medal goes to Galbadrak Odgontsetsig of Kazakhstan, and the gold medal goes to Mungbat Urantsetsig of Mongolia.
Right, well, we're just about ready to get underway with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 52 kilo category. That's the next category coming up. And we're going to see Kwon A-Rim of South Korea. She faces Tina Sikic of Croatia. It'll be Kwon in the white judogi, Sikic in blue.
Well, she was doing well, wasn't she, Sikic? Really just lost in the semi-final. Chinggis, who's into the final for representing Mongolia. But she had a good run, Sikic. Fifth place in the Junior World Championships. That was back in 2014, but showing a lot of potential, really just coming up now. Nice to see them actually just starting to break through into the senior ranks, and we see it at the beginning of every Olympic cycle. Don't forget, this is the beginning of the Olympic cycle now. We start 4 years ahead. I think we're going to see a lot more of her.
Yeah, things done here will help in their preparation. It's possible that we may see Sikic at a different weight. If you have a look at the build, you know, she's just got a little bit more on her at 52. You could quite easily go up to 57, I think.
Well, you're right, but Kwon might have something to say about this bronze medal. First of all, she's one attack up so far, just with the Ouchi. Very lively against He of China. Strong fight for the grips onto the sleeves, and you can see there that this happens a lot. They're fighting, trying to pin the sleeves down just to try and stop the opponent from attacking, but they've got to attack positively themselves. Any positive, any grip that's advantageous, you've got to use. Well, is she on there? Looking for the arm. Kwon. Well, the Korean team as well, just to point out, coming up just at the right time for the Olympic Games. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm talking about men and women. They had a brilliant World Championships.
Oh, nice position.
Well, that was close, wasn't it? Sikic, Osoto, cross grip, so she has to keep maintaining the push for the technique. There were too many penalties for people with cross grip, and then they'd keep the arm crossed. Sometimes they'd feed the leg in, such was the style. And then they started penalising it, saying, no, you can't do that, you've got to go in immediate. Look how she's dominating the sleeve of Sikic there, Kwon. Now can she use it? There's people who are watching saying, no, it looks like Sikic is dominating the sleeve to me. But actually, quite cleverly, Sikic has gone over the top of the actual hand in order to take hold of her opponent's sleeve. So, good gripping strategies. Now somebody's going to go. Uchimata. Wazari scored. Kind of ran onto that, didn't she?
Yeah, it wasn't Sikic who initiated that. It was the effort from Kwon that just put her in a bad position, and in the end, Croatian found herself with the in the lucky position of being able to throw opponent with Uchimata, and did it well.
Well, I think you'll find Kwon wraps around the leg, the front leg.
Yeah,
and
she tries for the left Koso Tagaki.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks for that.
Well, it's always one of the big problems. If you attack the leading leg, you've got to make sure that you get the weight pinned over it. Oh, there it is again.
And this time, that was full-blooded.
Absolutely. Brilliant Uchimata. Yeah. Sikic, she kind of knew she was going to do that. I get the feeling that she was confident that she could do it. I'm impressed with her.
Another fighter who's come here without any world ranking points, and all of a sudden, the silver medal at a Grand Prix puts her way up there.
Yeah, first was Ari, then first a Yuko, should I say, then a was Ari. And both of the times, it's because the Korean, Kwon, wraps herself around the front leg.
So let's say that you are a fighter making your way in the weight category and you get sent out to a competition. You know, you might get knocked out in the first round. It's not unusual for, you know, fighters. And then you go again and again and again and again and again, and eventually you end up, you know, getting a medal. Well, it's not the case for Sikic. She just come here and walked away with a bronze medal.
Yeah, well, that's true. That was the second one.
Score.
There's the Ippon. So again, it was just finding the way in. She had the dominant grip, just waited for the right moment, and right the way underneath there to take her over. See it from a different angle there. Controls the head all the way over. First Grand Prix medal ever for Tina Sikic of Croatia.
Right, we come to the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category. Batsuk Altensetsek of Mongolia faces teammate Baljinyam Bat-Erdene. It'll be Batsuk in the white judogi, Baljinyam in blue.
Well, it was Baljinyam, that actually got to the semi-final, lost to Yuchio of Japan. And it was Batsuk that had to fight Saprakova of Kyrgyzstan for the final place, to fight for third place. 135 world ranking, Batsuk. 162, Baljinyam of Mongolia. So their world rankings are going to change dramatically after this.
Yeah, for both of them, a fifth place. Whoever finishes off in fifth place will miss out on the points, because we've got Chinggis in the final. Sikic, well, yeah, that would be, so that Chinggis will take one set of the points, and then whomsoever takes the bronze will get the other set, because you can only get two. So it'll be experience. It'll be an experience for the fifth place finisher.
Oh, look at that. Well, she's the one. Baljinyam is the one that's been threatening, and she's nearly onto the arm there as well. Don't think this is going to go time. just a feeling. Some good attacks from Baljinyam. Tayatoshi as well. Great variation. Osoda Gary, Tayatoshi.
She turned in there nicely, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, really, and she went off the sleeve.
Nice and low as well.
Certainly, Baljinyam is the one that's dominating the grips, just initiating the techniques whenever she wants. She's got the sleeve under control. Going to see an Osotogari again. That's what she's setting her up for. She wants to come to the outside of the leg. There's the Osoto. I get a feeling that she probably throws her with that in training, and so knows she can do it. That's why she's going for it. And the other one, Batsuk, is just defending it because she knows that maybe not a sucker for it, but she goes over with it. Totally dominating the grips, absolutely dominating this contest, Belgian Yam. Look out for the Osotogari again. Makikomi this time. Batsuk, I'm surprised that she hasn't been penalised here, Sheldon. I think that she hasn't. She's been more than one step behind all the way through.
Yeah, Belgian Yam has fought cleverly. She's thrown in a number of attacks, and as Neil said, a variety of attacks in different directions as well. At last, yeah, and she's going to bring her down there for Yuko. Came onto her side there, and there's the Osaikomi.
Just a matter of time, wasn't it? It really was. Readjusts it now. Has to readjust. She almost come out of it there, Batsuk. Credit to her. Belgian Yam Bat wins it by Ippon. There was just 49 seconds left on the clock.
And the bronze medals in blue for Mongolia.
Good performance. It really was. Very confident. Knew that she wanted what she wanted and went out for it all the way. Very, very positive with her attacks. Tayatoshi, Osotogari, Sumigaeshi as well.
No coaches walking out with the two fighters. They came out there on their own, and here are some highlights from the second of the bronze medal matches.
Kosota, change of direction, took her down for the Yuko. You can see there that she lands on her side. And then she secures the top half, pulls her backwards into the hold down. And the Osaikomi. Had to hold her for the full 20 seconds because it was only a Yuko. But hold her she did.
Yeah, she almost sat up from that Kezugatami, didn't she?
Yeah, she was close, wasn't she? Almost out there, but just manages to tie up the top half. It's all about adjustment of balance. That was it, wasn't it? Get down there.
Final push, yeah. Speaking of finals, we've got the final of the under 52 kilo category coming up for you now. Uchiyo Mako of Japan faces Chintoktog Azaya of Mongolia. it'll be Uchio in the white judogi and Chinntoktok in blue.
So, prediction, Sheldon? You're going to go for Uchio, Marco?
I'm going to go for the Japanese here. Chinntoktok has, she's looked good, but I think Uchio is a different quality of fighter here. Third place at the Junior World Championships back in 2014. She's already been in a Grand Prix final. She was runner-up in Jeju last year. And she's tasted success at the European Open in Sofia last year. So she's got some background. Whereas Chinntoktok, it's really happened here in Mongolia. She's picked up bronze medals before, but both of her bronze medals have been here in the Ulaanbaatar, either when it was a World Cup back in 2012, or when in the first year as a Grand Prix in 2013. I think Uchio's just going to have that little bit too much for her.
I think so too, and it'll be a transition down to ground, I'm sure. Seeing Aggie. Well, every time that Chinntoktok flinches, she's going to get cheers. Difference with the gripping. Very traditional sleeve lapel from the Japanese. Nice. Uchimata didn't quite get the lift, didn't quite get the elevation.
I just feel as though the support leg was a little bit far away from the target area. There's a optimum area where you want to plant that support leg, and it just was a little bit shy of it.
Well, you can have it out a little bit, the support leg, as long as it rotates. The whole action has to rotate. If you want lift, you've got to get it central. Doing well, though.
Yeah, minute and a half gone, no score yet. Uchio and Chinntoktok.
Little bit of posturing there with the feet from Uchio. All the time, just trying to get Chinntoktok just to step back and change her position with her feet. So a penalty going to go up now, and Uchio is the one that gets it for just blocking out.
Yeah, she just had both hands on her opponent and locked her elbows out to keep Chinntoktok away.
Well, Mongolia already 2 gold medals. Don't forget there's only 5 categories today. 5 today, 4 tomorrow, 5 on Sunday. Still feel that Uchio is going to pull something out here. Just get that feeling.
Yeah, there's a feeling of her having the ability to step up to another gear. You need to do it pretty soon because there's only a little over a minute left to go, and she's at a disadvantage here, having picked up a single Shido.
Yeah, she's really got to go to work now. Trying to take off that sleeve. Trying to break the power of the sleeve grip from Chinntoktok. But you're right, she's got to really work at it now, because we're coming up to 45 seconds. Now it's less. Now she's starting to attack. Chinggis kind of knows. She's got a feeling here now. 30 seconds left. Remember, one penalty against Chinggis and it would even it all up. That's got to be it, surely. There it is. All evens now, and it makes it completely different now because Yuichiro is the one starting to go to work. Oh, well, they've taken it off. I agreed with the referee, actually, I've got to say.
Last few seconds here. Needs a score.
Yuichiro is going to even it all up. One Shido each going to go into golden score. I think, Sheldon, it's going to be the first golden score of the day.
Yeah, I can't remember having seen one. I'm not going to say it was harsh on Chinggis, which she did ride her luck a little bit with the passivity. There may be a few people in the crowd who feel that she's been hard done by. I think it's justified.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think that it's good to see, never good to see a penalty given 5 seconds from the end, but the fact that he will give it 5 seconds from the end pleases me, because you can't run away for the last minute. You just can't. Now anybody's match.
And I just feel that in that last 30 or 40 seconds, Yuichiro was the one who was stepping it up. Uh-oh.
Well, this is danger because that leg's going to come out.
It's not over yet.
No, she wasn't going to give
But
it up, was she?
It is now, yeah.
Sounds like the 1966 commentator there. It is now.
Chinggis looks as though she's falling off the pace here.
Yeah, it's Yuichiro, isn't it, that's opened up. She's starting to come up. The techniques are full-blooded. Oh, Chigare, Chinggis. That was a good attack from her. Now, Yuichiro's got to come back. She'll have to.
Has she got anything left, though?
Well, I think she has. I think she's going to come back. Chinggis also looks a little bit tired. Oh, Soto!
That was close. Just couldn't get her onto her side.
So there's the answer to your question.
She has.
Did have it, yeah. Chinggis got to come back now. Has to attack. Oh, Chiuchimata there from Yuichiro.
Good battle, this one. Minute and a half into golden score already. With the Uchimata, it was a wild swing at the leg, and there's the signal there.
I'm going to say now, Chinggis, has she got it? She's got to fire back. Another attack from Yuichiro. Referee was just about to stop that there. That could be it. That flop and drop there from Chinggis could be it. Referee, just a little look at the top table there. Don't forget that 2 judges are working with him on the top table. They can contribute towards the decision if it's a bit suspect or he wants to question it.
Slow to get to her feet, Chinggis from that last exchange. Yuichiro now looking like the one likely to take this.
Well, yeah, and I've seen this so often, and then all of a sudden the other person
she's still giving it a go. Second effort as well. So back into it. She won't get penalised for passivity in this cycle.
Now it's up to Yuchio to come back.
Oh, that looked a bit desperate.
That was it. And that's cost her the match, Sheldon. It really has. It had to do it because she'd get the rotation. Like you say, it was back and forth. 2 minutes 32 into golden score. Great match.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
So a gold medal for Japan.
Top dog is off. Wasn't sticking around for the handshake. Well, it won't be a clean sweep with the finals either. Uchio stepping in there for the Japanese to take that one. They've won the first two finals, the 48 kilo category with Mukbat Ansetse and the under 60 kilo category with Dashtava Matushin. Chin Top Dog not able to replicate that. She does, however, come away with a hard fought, a well deserved silver. We've got the awarding ceremony in the under 60 kilo category coming up now. Mr. Batulga is presenting the medals, the president of the Mongolian Judo Association, and the bronze medals go to Davud Mamadasoy of Azerbaijan. So, second bronze medal goes to Dagvadoj Bayamagnai of Mongolia, and his teammates pick up silver with Nasanjagul Serod, and the gold medal to Dashtava Amatushin.
It's always going to be Dashtava, wasn't it?
I like the closeness between the president there of the Mongolian Judo Association. Quite clearly knows the boys personally. You know,
well,
I
absolutely,
like
and questioning some of the people associated with the Mongolian team just said that it was just a real team effort. Everything is. They train together, sleep, eat.
And he's on the mat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Massive change of direction was what got it in the end. Dashtava looking for the same thing, I think, but just that little bit too strong.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mongolia.
And now the national anthem of Mongolia.
Beautiful statue there, Genghis Khan.
Just outside the city, there is a massive, the real one. We've got replicas here for the presentation. Huge, it's a vast statue that you can go into. They've got a visitor centre there, showing, historical exhibits and things. You go up these sets of stairs that take you into the horse's head. And you can look out over the
Beautiful
countryside. Yeah.
Amazing how he's still very much part of their everyday life.
Right then, what have we got coming up next? The under 66 kilo category. The first of the bronze medal contests features Vugar Shirinli of Azerbaijan. He'll be up against Andras Jereb of Slovenia. Shirinli in the white judogi, Jereb in blue. And here's Neil.
Jereb is world ranked 38 here. They've actually fought each other once before here. Shirinli lost that particular exchange. Shirinli had to come through a repechage final against Galian of Russia. Jereb just losing in the semi-final match against Adia Batsuri of Mongolia.
Shirinli very famously threw Nomura Tadahiro, 3 times Olympic champion. He threw him for Wazari twice in Azerbaijan when Nomura was admittedly already at the end of his career. He'd already won the 3 Olympic titles and he was thinking of making a 4th run for it.
And Shirinli changed his mind.
Yeah, he was one of the nails in the coffin, if you like.
Well, it happens to us all. Knowing when to do it. Shirinli is in white, Jereb in blue.
I hope for his sake that that's not why he's remembered. Shirinli, that is. I hope that he actually comes up and does something. He's had a couple of medals at the Pan American Open and Samsun and Baku. Took a silver at the Grand Slam in Baku in 2014, so that can't be bad. And I think he fancies himself at the next level up.
Well, the Aussie team as well is a relatively new team, isn't it? The one that's here. It's not one that's out all the time. But they have a great history in under 66 kilograms and 60 kilograms. A lot of their cadets coming through do very, very well. That was a nice kouchi there from Jereb. Beautiful.
One of our technical staff is from Slovenia. He's sitting a couple of feet away from us. I know he can't hear the broadcast. He just jumped up and signalled Yuko as well.
I'm glad he's refereeing there.
I'm going to have to tell him to calm down a bit. He's calling Osai Komi as well. to get him a bag soon.
Nice turnover there.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Unusual, really
hold.
unusual. He's managed to turn it and keep control. That's nice.
Great change of direction there. Crowd appreciate it. They do.
And
Don't
so
forget, it's not
so
a Mongolian
knowledgeable.
fighter.
And
Yeah.
so knowledgeable. They because he's got nothing to do with them. Neither of them are from Mongolia. What they're appreciating is that move from one waza to another whilst maintaining control. That was a skillful piece of work. And they gave him a good round of applause for that.
Yeah, they
really
did.
good.
Really appreciated it.
So Jereb kind of making up for having lost out in that quarter-final to Adia. He was leading, or certainly was in the best position, and then lost out. Shirinli, what disappointment for the young man from Azerbaijan with the gold medal. Sorry, the bronze medal going to Andras Jere.
There's the Kouchi that scores the Yuko. Beautiful change of direction. And then directly into the hold down. Just have a look how he changes his body positioning and where his legs go. Reproportions his weight for the all-side commie. Gets a round of applause from the Mongolian crowd. Nice bit of judo there from Jereb. And a well-deserved bronze medal for him.
Welcome to referees from Tajikistan, Mr.
Right, we've got the next of the bronze medal contests coming up in the under 66 kilo category. Ashkat Telmanov of Kazakhstan faces Batogtog Erkenbaya of Mongolia. Telmanov in the white judogi, Batogtog in blue.
Well, why do I get a feeling that something is going to happen here? It's going to look like a pickup as well. Telmanov will be looking for it as well. Look at that, straight into the attack there. Batogtog looking for the Yoko Toshi. Telmanov had to come through repechage final against Kapukin of Russia. He's looking for the Yoko Toshi. They're both looking for it there. Drop Seanagi attempt there. Batogtog just couldn't quite get the rotation. Just wasn't quite connected. Well, normally when two fighters look for the same technique, one of them's going to go with it. Nice drop Seanagi again. Crowd up on their feet then. Telmanov, I was just about to say, got to get back onto the pace here. Shido down now. Gets a Shido penalty. 4 Shidos on that board. Well, they don't go on the board. 4 Shidos is disqualification. Only 3 go up. So Telmanov has to do something. He's going to have to start initiating. So a Shido each. 2 going up to Telmanov. Not doing anything. They're not absolutely attacking off the grip. It does do this time though. Batogtog tries the Seanagi again. A lot of mates in this match. Yoko Toshi again. Yoko meaning side, so Yoko Toshi, one of the Gokyo techniques, just modified by a lot of these guys that are going off the sleeves. Same with the Kataguruma. Kataguruma still exists. They're just doing it slightly different hands. So Talmanov is going to have to attack now because, again, he's in danger of getting the third penalty. There it is, third penalty up. Second penalty goes to Badogtok, and so that means then that Talmanov could possibly be disqualified. Oh, massive Uranagi there. Beautiful stuff there. Talmanov must get a Wazari for that, surely. Well, he does. Just have a look at this. Bad Sianagi, look at it, almost off the ground. Huge hip movements there.
And I know what Talmanov is asking about.
He's asking about the bridge,
He's
isn't
asking
he?
about the bridge, yeah.
Well,
yeah, he knew.
Yeah, the Ippon was given. It's one of the things I've got to say, Sheldon, that I don't agree with. It's not an Ippon. It's finish the contest and award it to the other one. You're not allowed to bridge out of any technique. You're not allowed to do it. But what happens is an Ippon is a technique that takes you flat on your back. They award an Ippon, then you tend to think that the shoulders went flat on the back, and they didn't. The head, it was a bridge. So it's one of the things that's going to be discussed after the Olympic Games. It's hot on their list, I know it is.
Yeah, I think Neil is perfectly right there. What you want to see is a technique that ends up flat on the back and for which an Ippon is awarded. If an Ippon is going to be, if some other thing is going to be given Ippon, it's slightly confusing. Stop the contest, penalise the individual who's done the bridge and penalise them, and they lose the contest on the back of that. I think they don't like the idea of the penalty. That's what they're really trying to avoid. But he definitely attempted the bridge there, and it's a matter of safety. That's what we're talking about. It's a safety issue. I think Neil's coming back in here.
Yeah, that's why they've done it. Originally, it was because of safety issues. People were doing these massive, huge bridges onto the backs of their necks. So for safety reasons, they said you can't bridge to avoid a technique. Beautiful technique anyway by Talmanov.
Right, it's an All Mongolia final. The final of the under 66 kilo category. Dovdon Altansuk faces Adia Batsuri. It'll be Dovdon in white and Adia in blue, and the man in the middle for this one is Artur Fando of Belarus. Here's Neil Adams again.
Well, All Mongolia again, and I know I keep saying it, but they will fight it right the way through, these two. Sianagi straight away there from Dovdon. So fast with that drop Sianagi, drop shoulder throw. Well, I'm really impressed with Dovdon. Adia, left-handed. Look at the grip over the side there so that they can do the sumageshi. Referee has to let them grip up. I think that's another thing that's going to be discussed in detail, the amount of shidos for gripping and things that are against the gripping rules, and they're going to try and open it up, I'm almost sure. After all, if you've got superior grips, doesn't matter where they are, as long as you can throw from them. That's what they want to see. So you start stopping too much, and you will get a lot of penalties as opposed to positive attacking. Uchimata there from Dovdon. Dia realising that he had to do something there. Nice reverse Seoinage there from Dia. Oh, we're just looking there at Dovdon. Dovdon first at the Asian Championships 2016.
Top man.
Yeah, absolutely. And third Paris tournament 2015. So he has a lot of pedigree, Dovdon.
I think those 2 bronze medals, especially when you think that it was in Paris in last year. That was a full-on competition in Paris last year. Same with Tumen last year, 2015. 2 Grand Slam bronze medals. They didn't come easily. And no doubt the Asian Championships also carried some weight when you think of who the Japanese, Koreans, Uzbek, Kazakhs, would have sent.
But that's the remarkable thing, isn't it? Dia was at home then, and Dia is leading this match against Dovdon. Such is the level of people that they're leaving behind.
Yeah, well, they did send him out to a couple of other places. I think maybe you'll...
Yeah, well, just looking at it now, the European Open in Antwerp, which he was second there, World Cup in Suwon. But, I mean, not the Grand Prix and Grand Slams, that's for
different
sure.
level, yeah. He's got a little bit of international experience, and he's getting more here, because despite the fact that he's fighting his teammate, he's not fighting him in the Mongolian National Championship. This is an IJF Grand Prix. There'll be a different feeling about this, and of course there'll be different points to take away. These 2 will take the points, Dovdon and Dia. Whomsoever else it is that took a bronze or whatever, well, unlucky. You just get the experience of the competition. Ooh, almost.
Yeah, major final, major points. Dovdon then has 1:20 to turn this around. Don't forget that one Shido up there against the Dia would just even it all up again. But certainly Dovdon going to do the chasing here. Another good technique though from Dia. Well, the referee just letting that go on just that little bit longer, just in case it developed. Dovdon looking for the Uchimata, now changing the direction to the Sumigaeshi. Quick look at the clock there. He's looking at the seconds ticking away. Only 23 seconds left on the clock. Dovdon just behind. Is he going to go forwards? Well, whose was that? They both landed together, but he's landed in the
yeah.
Wow, we talk about throwing it away there.
And he's tapped out.
Yeah, he just taps out. Dovdon, another major title for him.
Yeah, the single Shido against him with about 20-odd seconds left to go. There was a big attack from which there was no score. Dia landed on his back. Dovdon took control, held his man in Osaikomi just briefly, and Dia decided, hey, I'm not getting out of this.
Well, and he didn't, did he? Just tapped out.
It's a good one. Enjoyable contest, that.
Well, like I said at the beginning, Sheldon, they are looking for to win, you know, and there he was. Dovdon wasn't certainly going to win that, and he almost lost it.
Yeah.
In fact,
He was on the brink of losing.
Yeah.
See what highlights they've been unable to. See what highlights they've been able to unearth.
I was going to say, I'm sure they'll find something. Look at this last one. This is what started it. Change of direction from Dovdon there. But it was a deer that was trying for the Sumagaishi. Dovdon lands into the hold there and just gets tapped out. Because there was no way. I think his eyeballs on stalks there gave it away. You know, he was squeezing so hard, Dovdon.
Right, I think the fighters in the under 52 kilo category are ready for the awarding ceremony. Let's go down to the far end of the competition hall and see the lineup of medal winners. There they are.
The bronze medalists are for Mongolia, and for Croatia, Chinggis.
Right, bronze medals go to Baljian Erdena of Mongolia and to Tina Sikic of Croatia.
The silver medals for Mongolia,
Silver medal goes to Chinggis Azaya of Mongolia. And the gold medal goes to Uchio Mako of Japan. She didn't have it all her own way, though.
She really didn't have it all her own way.
Things.
No, she didn't. Chinggis fought really, really hard. Nice turnover for the Osai Komi.
Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Our family picture with Judo Grand-Prix.
So a confirmation of the medalists here. Ichio Mako of Japan gets the gold medal. And silver, Chinggis of Mongolia. Bronze medals, Tina Sikic of Croatia. And Baljian of Mongolia gets the other bronze. Medals now being absolutely led by Mongolia. 3 golds, 3 silvers and 3 bronzes.
Well, we've got the last of the weight categories coming up now. It's the under 57 kilo category. 2 bronze medal matches and then the final. And we'll start with the first of the bronze medal matches. Man Da Rua of China faces Andrea Leszki of Slovenia. It's Man in the white judogi and Leszki in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is Jeon Young-chun of South Korea.
Well, Man in white, Leszki in blue. Man that had to come through the repechage final against Kristanova of Russia. Looking for the Sorisura Komigoshi, both of these.
And almost got countered there on the way out. A little bit of Diashi Barai from Leszki, almost catching Man as she bailed out of that Sode attempt.
Big arm over the back there, Leszki. Ochi, it's all over. Driving Ochi, that was. Well, it all stemmed off the left arm coming over the back. And it was a beautiful change of direction.
Even our Slovenian IT specialist called Ipon for that one.
Did he get it right? Oh, he did,
he's
yeah.
Giving a thumbs up to his country person. We're going to have to slow him down.
Bronze medalist in blue for Slovenia, Andrea Leszki. This is first medal for Andrea Leszki from Slovenia at round.
I've just told him now. He's gone all embarrassed, but he can't help it. He's new and he's young. So he couldn't help it. It was a really nice effort, by the way.
It was a lovely change of direction. Have a look at this now. Arm over the back, then change of direction, followed her head, drove off the back leg.
Man wasn't getting off that, was she?
No, well, normally when it rolls onto the back, then it's only a wazari, but I think that was definitely borderline, but had just enough momentum, enough impetus to take her onto the points of her shoulders.
Yeah, didn't have a chance to really get into it. All happened in the first minute as well. Hey, I mean, sometimes that's the way it goes, and Leszki didn't want to hang around. The sooner that she got it over and done with, the better for her.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't want to stay out there, that's for sure.
Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal matches coming up now. Chinggis Hulan of Mongolia faces Kim Min-ju of South Korea. Chinggis in the white judogi, Kim in blue. And there's a look at Chinggis. She rubs her hands in preparation for getting to grips with
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking stuff, isn't it? When you're walking out there, doesn't matter where you are. It's how you cope with the nerves, though. That's the thing. Using the fear as your friend. There's a very dear friend of mine teaches. Don't use it as your enemy. Chinggis she's in white. Look at that. Kim, very lively, straight away. Drops Sianagi.
Good shape to that.
Yeah, beautiful shape, wasn't it? And she wasn't going to let go of the sleeve. So the Kazushi hand and the Sakuri hand both working together.
That final push needed to take her opponent over was the only thing that was missing. She got herself into a good position there. Nice turn, got in and underneath her opponent, almost as Chinggis does there. But Kim was moving off to her right and didn't get caught up.
I think Chinggis has got to be careful. She doesn't let the Korean get the line. Very upright position, haven't they, the Koreans?
There's also a danger that Kim's going to catch her with a combination, because she, like that, you see, she's feeling that seoinage. She's also almost gone over to it once, and her body shape, you can see that body shape is almost back on the heels. That's a dangerous thing, because the first thing she wants to do is defend against that seoinage, and she'll do that by backing off. That will make it, much more possible for Chinggis to get thrown to the rear.
I think also you have a look at the stance of the Korean. Very upright, keeps throwing the shoulders back just prior to actually attacking. So she sends a bit of a dummy there. It's a little bit of a flag as to when she's coming in.
She's also changed her position slightly. At first she was quite nice and straight on. She's just throwing that left leg back a little bit, trying to keep the seoinage from being an option for the South Korean.
Still no score though, almost halfway here.
A crowd throw, that one. It wasn't a very pretty one.
No, she has to get full rotation. Must get full rotation for the shoulder throws. They're very low. They have to have the jacket and the lapel with them when they go. Well, no penalty, so they're both attacking just at the right time. Standing seoinage this time from Kim.
She bailed herself though, didn't she? Again, she managed to get in. Didn't feel right, and she came back out. But it wasn't that finish there.
While the Korean coach there saying a little bit more action, more with the hands. Don't always look for the sleeve and lapel, the Koreans. One of their textbook gripping strategies is to catch both sides of the lapels, but also controlling the head. Not always the sleeve they look for, so they'll go high lapel and then a low lapel on the opposite side. Pull the head in.
Kim's got to be clever here now after she's put that little bit of pressure on Chinggis, just to throw in another couple of attacks here. Go to the feet and then throw in anything as far as that shoulder effort is concerned, but it doesn't happen. So look at the stance now. She's completely removed that left leg from the equation and only giving her that one side to look at.
Yeah, it's extreme left to right.
And yet when they first shaped up, it all looked nice, but they've come a little bit defensive here. Golden score looming large now.
Yeah, 10 seconds left. Any score on the board, anything. Actually, whether it's a penalty, throw, arm lock, strangle or hold.
We've only had the one, haven't we? One golden score.
Yeah, here we go again for number 2.
We're about to get another. Yeah, I was a little bit harsh on our colleague there when I told him to calm down with the celebrations for the Slovenians, but they're doing a good job. Two medals.
Excellent job, And
well, with Jereb, didn't Jereb get a medal as well?
Yeah, but
Three.
we saw it last week as well, didn't we?
Jereb got bronze. He beat Vugar Sharinli. Then we had Leshki. He took a well-deserved medal. And Sikic.
Well, this is going at a different pace now. Both of them trying to finish this. This happens so often in golden score. Really high percentage of golden scores finish in the first minute. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to go here. I don't think this is going to go very long. She has to get full rotation from those Chinggis. Penalty given to Ulaanbaatar. Is she going to be overruled? Is the referee going to be overruled?
No, it's all done and dusted very quickly.
Yeah, that drop was the one that did it. I thought the referee might just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, slightly damp ending in the end there when just that single Shido and false attack it was ended the action. Right, we've got the final of the under 57 kilo category. Cloudfat Ogu of Mongolia faces Ishikawa of Japan. It'll be Cloudfat Ogu in the white judogi and Ishikawa in blue. The danger for the Mongolian is in the Nevaza, and I kid you not, she's fighting one of the best exponents of Nevaza in the world, Ishikawa Megumi. The only letdown for Ishikawa is her tachiwaza.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that there's not a balance there. It's probably 90-10 in favour of the groundwork. Here she is.
And it was Ishikawa who inflicted the last loss on Matsumoto just recently in Japan.
Was it? Is that
in
right?
Nevaza.
That's it.
And we know how good Matsumoto Kaori is. Well, there's someone who is arguably even better.
So Ishikawa is in blue here, going for gold.
Oh,
This is where she wants
There's
to
the
look
trouble
at that.
already.
Straight away in. Now, Shimiwaza on. Is it on? Well, the referee looking at it very closely. That's underneath the net there.
Now it is.
Trying to get the leverage, sending the legs forwards there. Agvat Ogu then. Does she submit? She doesn't submit. She holds off. That was a close one.
Well, here's the difficulty for the Mongolian as well. Every time she goes to the ground, it's in the back of her mind that, hey, my opponent is pretty hot down here. And you make mistakes in attempting to get away and do things, and you open up.
Well, it's going to make a difference to the sacrifice techniques that she does, I'm sure of it. Look at this, not the place to stay.
And it doesn't matter from which angle she has to start from. Here comes the turnover.
Yeah, trying to get the balance underneath her opponent in order to get the rotation started. Agvat Ogu, though, just manages to hold off.
It's a nice contest to end the day with, the Mongolian in the final. And yet, it's not a head-to-head, two Mongolians, so there's some interest here. Japan, top drawer, judo nation, so the Mongolians got plenty of interest here. I know this is going to be a tough one.
Well, it's just always think it's just a matter of time, and this could be it now. So she's going to take her over, and then wrap up the top half, and then take the leg out.
Couldn't quite manage to keep control there.
Agvat Ogu just manages to hold off again.
It's got to be coming, hasn't it?
But it is coming. You can feel it, can't you, Sheldon? It's just one of those things that is almost inevitable.
Well, that's really what I was talking about, the passivity, first of all. Because it's been all Nevaza and it's been all Ishikawa. So,
but they're not counting. I've yet to find a competition where they're counting the newaza as attacking. They don't do it, which I can't understand. So you can be almost a shido. They're going to give you a shido. You go to newaza, attack for 2 minutes, get up and get the shido. Doesn't make sense. Now this is the danger.
yeah, and this looks better now with the foot. Oh.
Well, again, that's not one of the referees that have been doing some of the top matches now. They've been letting it develop a little bit more than that.
Twice for me, he's called it just a little bit early. Anyway,
they are. They're calling it too early. Toshi,
what I mean
Yuko.
about being thrown.
Yeah. Beautiful Yuko there.
She had the whole contest going for her. Wazari's going to go on the board now. She had the whole contest going for her. And now she trails by Wazari. And here is the problem. The clock now, with the time that you have to work in newaza, it's reduced now because there's just a little over a minute left to go. Klagvatogu, if she's clever, is just going to stay on her feet here. It's the other way around normally. You want to go to the ground and burn some time.
Yeah, it was a lovely tie. Toshi,
nice
wasn't
one.
it? Very,
Good
very
shape.
low.
Yeah.
Almost sear Toshi, wasn't it? It went that low.
And with 40-odd seconds left to go, she hasn't got the time to develop the techniques. This will be the last go that she gets at it here. She's got to come up with the turnover now.
Well, still could do it. Now she's got to get the other leg out. 34 seconds left.
And what you don't want is the referee calling mate now.
Well, let's hope he doesn't, because that would be totally unfair.
And he
now
does. And then when the foot's out.
No, surely. Now that is really that is incredible. I find that is incredible. That just goes to show, Sheldon, that a totally different play on newaza from some of the lower referees, should I say, but I can't believe that decision anyway. 9 seconds to go. Too late now, and should have let that hold down go. That I find absolutely amazing, but there you go.
You can see the refereeing commission and the sports commission, they're all up in their feet now. There's nothing they can do about it. It's done and dusted. Once he calls the mate, they're out and they stand back up. You can't go and put them back down.
No, well, we've had the top 20 referees refereeing all of the top matches, and now this is a different cycle. We've got to have new referees out, but the problem is the interpretation as to how much time in newaza to allow.
They're all on top of him now. Straight to him as well.
Well, the thing is, Sheldon, it would have been a totally different result.
Yeah, that's a Nippon win for Ishikawa in the last 20-odd seconds. She's not escaping from that. The Mongolian isn't getting out of there. But there's no taking that one back. It's not like you gave Wazari and actually it's Ippon, or you didn't give a score and they correct it.
Well, here we are.
Yep.
Let's have a look at it.
I'm not sure if we're going to see the end one, because that probably won't end up as one of the highlights. Anyway, it's the Mongolian who ends up taking the gold medal. We've got 2 awarding ceremonies coming up now, haven't we?
We have. We've got 2 medal ceremonies still to come. Right. We have the under 66 kilograms for men and the under 57 for ladies.
Right, let's get over there and have a look at the under 66 kilo category then.
The bronze medalists are for Kazakhstan, Ashrat Telmanov, and for Slovenia, Andras Jere.
Bronze medals go to Ashkat Telmanov of Kazakhstan, to Andras Jereb of Slovenia.
The silver medalist for Mongolia, Adia Batsuri.
Silver medal goes to Adia Batsuri of Mongolia. But the gold medal goes to Dovdon Altonsen of Mongolia.
The first nominated flowers presented by member of the IJF General Secretariat and Education and Coaching Commission, Mr. Michel Huet.
Well, really tight hold down from Dovdon. In the end, won him the gold medal. Wasn't going to let that go, was he?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mongolia.
And now the national anthem of Mongolia. Moving moment for Dovdon Altonsen there.
Yeah, super moment there. Confirmation of those medals. Dovdon gold. Adia Batsuri, Mongolia, also silver. And Andrei Jereb, Slovenia. Askat Telmanov of Kazakhstan get the other bronzes. Stay with us. Just one more medal ceremony still to come. The under 57 kilos category for ladies.
Now, given, I mean, we can admit this, given the admitted level and the difference in this level over the last couple of years, where we've known during that Olympic qualification period, we've expected big numbers, high quality competitors, you know, the whole bit, not trying to oversell anything. Good judo here.
Fantastic judo, some amazing stuff. Because it's open, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? Is that what we're looking for is to make it open, and that's what we want, isn't it? We want people to attack because it opens up the match, and then even if it is counter-attack in the end, but you know, we want them to score. And we don't want to see the shidos, and I think that's the big thing about this event. We haven't seen that many shidos.
It's been open. Quite right, yeah. I've enjoyed today. And obviously there are concerns when the numbers aren't, you know, super high, and possibly, you know, you haven't got the high-powered fighters here, but we've seen some really enjoyable judo, good contests, and with some real spirit in them. Even the ones that between the host nation, you know, between themselves, they've been really going at it.
Yeah, no, I agree, 100%. Even the head-to-heads between the countries themselves.
Chinggis Grand-Prix 2016 Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, and we will start the second day of the Grand Prix at
Well, I think the fighters in the under 57 kilo category are ready now down at the far end of the competition hall. They're going to be stepping up to collect their medals shortly. Let's have a look at that. It's the last of the awarding ceremonies.
Dear spectators, the last medal awarding ceremony of the day is for women under 57 kilograms. The medals are presented by Export Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Vladimir Barta. The bronze medalists are for Korea, Kim Min-ju, and for Slovenia, Andrea Leszki.
Right, the bronze medals go to Kim Min-ju of South Korea and Andrea Leszki of Slovenia. Silver medal goes to Ishikawa Megumi of Japan. The gold medal goes to Klagvatogu Enkelin of Mongolia.
Yeah, so what a tournament, what a day to open up. After day one, as expected, Mongolia doing really, really well. 4 golds, 3 silvers and 3 bronzes. One of the big advantages of being able to host your own tournament is that you can field your whole squad of fighters, and, well, that reflects on the medal tally. Other than that, brilliant judo, as Sheldon said. Tomorrow we have 4 more categories and more great judo action, I'm sure of it. So from Sheldon and myself, until the same time tomorrow, it's goodbye for now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mongolia. Dear friends, one more time, congratulations to all athletes and all medalists. This was the first day of the Chinggis Grand-Prix 2016 Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Thank you for cooperation, and we're waiting for you tomorrow. We will start the second day at 1 p.m. Tomorrow will be 4 weight categories. For women will be under 63 and 70 kilogram categories, and for men under 73 and 81 kilogram categories. Thank you for your cooperation.